This is a ground source heat pump site that put in slinkies. Actually, believe it or not, it's outside our office. We did it on purpose to see what actually happens. So we have a 30 kilowatt heat pump. We put in slinkies instead of spreading the pipes over what should have been a 3 or 4 acre field. And after 3 weeks, that's what we managed to achieve. Now that permafrost that you see on the side there is now at least 1.5 meters deep, because the pipes are buried 1 meter down. So I have a block of ice there, about 40 meters long by 15 meters wide by 1.5 meters deep. It took 9 weeks for it to defrost after we switched the whole lot off. 9 weeks. And if you think about it, you know that's true because some of you will have ice boxes in your garden where in the Victorian times they actually dug down just 3 meters under the ground, insulated it with wood and stored all the ice there. Once it's cold, the ground is a very good insulator. So, the things that can go wrong, the top left-hand one, that's the permafrost that we manually did, but nonetheless, I see it a lot anyway. That is caused by putting in slinkies, which is the bottom left-hand one here. A couple of disasters that we've come across where we've been called in to sort out problems, and you go into the plant room and you find pictures like those two on the right-hand side, where some so-called plumber has done something. This is how it should look. Top left-hand side, that's how a manifold should be coming into a manifold pit. Bottom left-hand side, that's what a manifold should look like. The right-hand side, one of the ones that we came across fairly recently, how you're supposed to figure out what's going wrong when the ground loops aren't working there, I've got no idea at all. But the one on the right probably cost a couple of £100 to install. The one on the left would have cost £2,000 to install. And that's what you get. So when you come to me and I tell you it's going to cost you £50,000 for a ground source heat pump, you say, oh, I can get it done for 30 elsewhere. Good luck. And that is really, really, really what it's all about. The more you spend doing it, the more you invest in getting it right, the better the payback will be. In fact, you will get a payback. If you do it wrong, this isn't magic. It doesn't somehow generate free energy. There is a science behind it. There is mechanical engineering behind it, and it has to be done to a proven mathematical formula. This is to give you some idea, this is an 80 kilowatt ground source heat pump array. You can see the trenches there are about 4 or 5 meters apart. You can see they're going back to 2 manifold pits, and that will go back to the house. We can do a lot of damage to your back garden. We enjoy trashing gardens. But that's how we leave it afterwards. And once you've had the spring or the autumn growth on it, you would hardly know anything had happened. But again, I could leave it looking a lot worse than that and charge you a bit less. This is a 120 kilowatt ground source heat pump plant room. The right-hand tank, I think, is about 1,500 litres of hot water. The next one is about 800 litres of hot water, and the one on the left is a buffer tank. So in summary, renewable technologies can be successfully integrated into listed properties, very successfully. If designed correctly, existing radiators can be used. The ability to deliver conservation-grade heating at an affordable cost can contribute very, very, very significantly to the fabric of the building, keeping things right. One of the worst things for buildings is since we invented heating, often the buildings were put up before there was any real heating. You had a fireplace, and that's what they were designed to have. Now we have central heating in there, and the walls are getting warm and cold, and everything's expanding and contracting all the time. Actually, it's not good for the fabric of the building. If you put in a weather-compensated heat pump system, actually all we do is we raise the whole house up to 20 degrees and keep it there. And so the building goes back to being how it was originally designed to be. Insulation, insulation, insulation. And I don't sell insulation, so it is the thing that matters the most. Do whatever you can to reduce your running costs first, and then think about other things. You can, of course, do the two of them together. The only thing that you need to worry about or think about is that if the government grants come in and they are metered, as they might be, then actually you will be incented not to insulate, because the more energy that you'll use, the more you'll get paid for. So how's that for government thinking? Just a little bit of sales here at the bottom. We have considerable experience. We are the country specialists in doing this in listed properties. So please, if you want to, our stand is literally right behind here on purpose. Please come and see us.